Hello, my name is Purple Rain. I'm coach of the Damascus Drift Blims, and this is my playoff match, my second week playoff match. I am against, this is the semifinal in the Earth Conference, I think it's called, and I am against Tay. Uh, this is tough, so this is a rematch, first and foremost. It's important to note. I lost. Um, And I think there are two factors in that loss. Two main factors. One thing that's important to note is I got lucky and I still lost, which is not a good sign. And two, I played very poorly, in my opinion. Like there were obvious misplays I had, which in retrospect cost me a lot. And so if I can play calmly today, then I feel confident in my ability to win. So that is something that I have to consider. Uh, yeah, I want. I. So given the result of the last match and uh, the matchup, I would say I'm a relatively large underdog, but I do believe I have the capability to win. It just requires me to play better than I normally do, and for my prep to be good into what Tay brings. I think I can do that. So let's look at the matchup. Again, uh, I have nothing that really deals with Iron Hands well because I don't have a stab psychic or stab uh, earth move, stab ground move. Well, I do have stab ground move in Sandy Shocks, but it's special and Assault Vest is very common, although it's still quite good. The Sandy Shocks, of course. Dazzling Gleam is, of course, good from Screamtail, or Fairy Stabs are, of course, good from Screamtail into it. Um, but those were, but I really don't have I have no way, of course, to Oko Iron Hands. It's Iron Hands, and I don't have a great way of even like getting solid two-hit KOs on it either. So it is a very scary Pokemon. I don't outspeed naturally. The only way I outspeed is with booster energy. Of course, I have three booster energy Pokemon who can easily outspeed, though. Um, the fastest Pokemon on my opponent's team, which is the Tornadus. Tornadus is, of course, a Tailwind setter, so that's something I need to be concerned about. But along with that, my opponent has a very solid Trick Room option into me with Farigiraf, um, and then weird Pokemon like Riolu can show up and match Tailwinds or uh, flipped Trick Rooms, stuff like that. So I have to really be cautious of that. Uh, there's also the fact that a Spoopa is a Friend Guard Rage Powder Pokemon, so it's very real, uh, and so I need to consider bringing spread moves that are scary. Luckily, I have the spread moves. I have the possibility to have spread moves in Heatran and even uh, Roaring Moon to some extent. Uh, so yeah, I've and Landorus, of course, speed ties. What's it called? The stupid looking one, Sandy Shocks. So that is a concern as well because it has a great type matchup into it. So now let's look at what I have devised. Um, I have. Let's start with the Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon is not booster energy, which is pretty rare. I have it as Covert Cloak, Terra Poison. Um, so that's interesting because so now it'll be able to consistently get up tailwinds, if not necessarily faster than my opponent setting up tailwinds with Tornadus. Uh, it has Breaking Swipe. I have Crunch. Breaking Swipe is a good move for against everything that isn't Tinkaton, of course, or with a clear amulet. And it's also just good, for picking up KOs that otherwise are tough because they're, it's a spread move. And Crunch is good into my opponent's team, some specifically because of Farigiraf, in my opinion, although Cerule Edge is another factor. Farigiraf is scary, and if it can set up a trick room, it can maintain speed control fairly well, so this is a way of dealing with that. I have Screamtail. Screamtail is a very... Things haven't saved, so that's interesting. This is supposed to be Babiri Berry. That was the only thing I think that hadn't saved. But that's weird that it wasn't working. So hopefully it doesn't ruin stuff in the match. Uh, I might actually just remake the team really quick to make sure I have it all right. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. But anyways, so this is all the EVs and stuff are right. That was the only thing that needed to change. Okay, so now I have Howl, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch, and Thunder Wave. Howl is really cool here because most of my Pokemon are physical attackers. Ice Punch, Thunder Punch is Bolt Beam. It's just good. And Thunder Wave. And Thunder Wave is good as a form of speed control. Ice Punch, after a Howl, Oko's a no bulk Landorus. So, that's to give you an idea of how little damage Screamtail normally does. And that's with 156 attack EVs. So, I've invested into its attack, but it's still still kind of a weak Pokemon. It has Babiri Berry, so it can survive a Tinkaton, Gigaton Hammer. And then I have Heatran, and then, Thunder Wave is just good speed control. I have Heatran with Protect, Flamethrower, Heat Wave, Earth Power, Life Orb, and Terra Fire. Terra Fire gets some surprising KOs on stuff like Landorus. And it also is good defensively into whatever this Pokemon is, Iron Hands, and also pretty good defensively into, or potentially good defensively into Samurott. If it assumes a Terra Grass, it might use a Sacred Sword instead of a Water move, in which case, it's good into that. So I have and it's pretty specially attack invested. It's got enough speed to outspeed, I think it's to outspeed max speed Iron Hands. Max speed Adamant Iron Hands. I remember now. Sandy Shocks is Protect, Gravity, Earth Power, Thunderbolt. Earth Power, Thunderbolt, great coverage here. Is standard. It's always good coverage pretty much. Gravity is what's interesting here. I've never used Gravity ever. Even so it's going to be cool to try out. I also just think it's good here because and then booster energy speed. It's doing a lot. It's very fast, and it will outspeed Tornadus if it comes. Then I have Flapple. Flapple is Grav Apple, Outrage, Sucker Punch, U-Turn. Grav Apple is insanely strong. It's also Choice Band. Hustle. So Grav Apple's insanely strong. I think it 2-hit KOs Tornadus Therian. It 2-hit KOs Cerule Edge. The only concern with Grav Apple is, of course, Farigiraf. And then Outrage is inconsistent with Tinkaton. But otherwise, good Pokemon with good moves that I can hit consistently. U-Turn and Sucker Punch. Sucker Punch is priority. U-Turn is good. Yeah. And then we have Gyarados. Gyarados is a really weird set. It's got Waterfall, Taunt, T-Wave, Helping Hand. Waterfall is just a strong move that also has a flinch chance. This is a very standard Gyarados set. Taunt is good. to stop Trick Room if I notice that's an option. Maybe can stop Belly Drums, Rage Powders, stuff like that. Thunder Wave is valuable for speed control, as always. It also helps with para-flinch stuff with Waterfall, and then Helping Hand is a great move when I'm not clicking something else. Um, yeah, so that's pretty much the team. I feel confident about what it's going to do. I need to rename them all because the names didn't save either. That was the one other thing that didn't save. Okay, well, now I know. So thank you for watching up until now, and I'll come back once I'm in the match. Okay, I'm in the match. My planned lead is Roaring Moon, Screamtail, Gyarados, Heatran. I just think it gives me a good shot against this team, but also in general, it just seems strong into Tay. Yeah. Tinkaton, okay. So I want to Terra Poison, Crunch, and then Howl. So Howl is good here. You know, Gigaton's obviously an option. So Terra Poison, my mindset is it's probably going to be D-Gleam or something. And then this can Gigaton or Fake Out or, something. So Howl's just strong here. And Terra Poison helps cover stuff. So yeah, Terra Poison, Crunch, Fergraph, and Howl. I have Babiri Berry for this in specific. And after the Gigaton, neither should really be able to touch Screamtail that well. Gigaton Hammer, Babiri, nice. I can Breaking Swipes now. How Thunderwave makes sense here into Tinkaton. It gets rid of stuff, so let's consider stuff. Breaking Swipes is really good into this. I think I always want to Breaking Swipes. And then Thunderwave is just strong into Tinkaton because it really neuters what it's able to do. Howl is, of course, really good too. Actually, I think I like Howl again. Howl and into Breaking Swipes. Yeah, it just sets up such strong offensive pressure. The other option, like I said, Thunderwave is quite good too. The defense drop's huge, of course. Oh, perfect. And then Covert Cloak. Now I can Breaking Swipes again. And Howl, right? No reason not to just Howl Breaking Swipes. Unless this is Scarflandrous. Farigiraf. Kind of want to just protect. And now I get to do a ton of damage into something with Screamtail. So protect. No, I think I want to go all out offensive. Crunch. I want to double the Farigiraf. Crunch, Thunder Punch, or Ice Punch. Doesn't really matter. I'll go Ice. I'll go Thunder Punch. Crunch, Thunder Punch because it shouldn't be Terra Ground, is it? I mean, Ice Punch, Crunch, Ice Punch. Trick Room, okay. Crunch. So if I protect now, because I think it's going to be Gigaton into Roaring Moon, right? So if it's protect and then Ice Punch into Farigiraf, so okay, let's really consider heavily here. I'm in a pretty dominant position, I think. So psychic moves are terrifying. Question is, does it have a psychic move? This will scout for that. And then I can Ice Punch the Farigiraf. I think this is fine. If it gigatons this slot, then I think I know. Hyper Voice, so that I think tells me it doesn't have. Okay, it did double. I think I like Heatran here. Crunch Farigiraf, Flamethrower Tinkaton, Hyper Voice, Sash, okay. Ice Hammer, okay, lowers its speed for Trick Room, fine. Landorus, Protect, Protect. Just double Protect is fine. Double Protect here is really safe, right? So now I switch in Gyarados and I Heat Wave, or I go for another Protect. I think I switch in Gyarados and I Heat Wave. So I'm saving this always. I always want to have my Roaring Moon once Trick Room's over. Okay, does the Heat Wave hit? Okay, it does. Waterfall, Flamethrower. So I should win game one. Okay, I win. GG. Let's go to game two. Let me upload and share. Okay. So how will Tay respond to the loss? How will Tay respond to the loss? I still think I like the lead. Because what really threatens it, I don't know. I think I like everything here. In my mind, like, this is scary, of course. But I like my chances continuing the same way. I don't feel comfortable adapting when I don't know what the adaptation is. What would be a scary adaptation for me? A scary adaptation would be Tornadus. Would Tornadus even be scary here? I don't know. So do I fake out? Do I know anything else? I know all four moves on Tinkaton, so I know it has no protect. the fact that I don't think this has a shadow ball because it has Trick Room, Hyper Voice. I assume Psychic is one of the moves. Although maybe it's not, and I assume Dazzling Gleam. No, I know Psychic's not one of the moves. I know Dazzling Gleam is because they would have Psychicked this. So if Dazzling, or I don't know Dazzling Gleam is, I'm going to go in assuming Dazzling Gleam is one of the moves. So if Dazzling Gleam is one of the moves, then what do I need to change? Anything? Screamtail, Landorus, okay. Am I just okay howling and breaking swiping? Breaking swipe howl? I think I am, because then I get an ice punch off after the next turn, and then that's obviously really threatening to Landorus. And like Drain Punch is scary, but not that scary. They're obviously going. I can even protect Howl, but it's probably Fake Out, and then it could be double up into this, so I don't really want to do that. I think I want to Breaking Swipes Howl. Yeah. Breaking Swipes. Earth Power, sure. Protect. Howl. I think I like. Okay. Drain Punch, sure. So I can T-Wave this. I can switch in Gyarados and then T-Wave the Tinkaton. Or I can even Howl again. I can switch into Gyarados and Howl seems kind of good here. Nice. With Wakan, it survives. So what are the moves on that? Tinkaton, Gigaton Hammer, Fake Out, Ice Hammer, Knockoff, and its Sash. I can just double it, right? I can Waterfall and then Thunder Punch or Ice Punch. Um, I don't want to go Ice Punch because I haven't seen the Samurai yet, and Thunder Punch into Landorus is just like nothing. And I don't know if Waterfall will KO the Landorus. But I think +1 it should, right? So, oh, but does it? It doesn't outspeed Tinkaton. So it's Thunder Wave Waterfall. It's Waterfall Thunder Wave. Because what does Tinkaton have? Does it have anything? Gigaton Hammer didn't KO. I don't know. I don't know if what's it called will KO? Ice Hammer or Knockoff. Probably won't. So I'm just gonna double it. Waterfall and Ice Punch into it. Oh my god, the freeze. Okay. I kind of want to go into Heatran here and then just like Terrifier Heat Wave. Yeah. Terrifier Heat Wave and then Ice Punch into Iron Hands. So my mindset with this is Terrifier Heat Wave is going to do a ton if there's a switch, and Ice Punch is going to do a ton too. Amazing. Iron Hands. So now I can protect and I can. What do I want to do here? Switching Roaring Moon is interesting, but probably bad, right? No, because Roaring Moon's bad into both of these Pokemon, right? Losing it's fine. And then I get this back, but I'm losing the boost. But Gigaton, if it uses Gigaton Hammer, that's good. Then I can Thunder Wave and it'll be faster. Okay. I mean, I kind of want to just protect. Because I'm not scared of Tinkaton into. Tinkaton has no good way, I think, of hurting Heatran. So it's really just about hitting Iron Hands. So I'm going to. Yeah, I'm going to protect and then Ice Punch Iron Hands. Gets just getting some chip. Okay. Heat Wave, Flamethrower, Ice Punch. Because it doesn't have Protect. And it KOs. Okay, oh my god, I'm gonna win. Holy shit, I'm gonna win. Jeez. Oh, oh my god, I prepped so hard. I was so stressed for this match. Listen, I've heard nothing but amazing things about Tay. Tay really beat me in the first match. I am so proud that I'm so happy that I was able to do this. Um, that was a yeah. I mean, I won. Uh, that's sick. Uh, I have everything. Okay, I like I want. Okay, and also I want to thank everybody who helped me prep. Primarily Heaven, uh, Colby, Kodamrin, of course, and uh, and Electric helped me a little bit too. Electric actually is the one who gave me the idea for Bolt Beam Screamtail, which ended up, I would say, was the MVP of this match. It put on so much pressure uh, and really let me win the games. Like it really threw Tay off guard. I would want to say. Um, so yeah, I'm super excited to have made it to the finals of my draft pool in playoffs. I will see uh, either Colby for a rematch of the who knocked me out last season from playoffs, or I will see. Um, gosh, I'm so sorry for forgetting your name if you're watching. Richweave, which would be a rematch to the final game of the regular season, which for me was a win, and I needed it to make it into playoffs. Um, so yeah, I'm hyped. I was able to do it. Thank you so much for watching. This was so sick. I actually kind of want to watch the replays, but I think I'll do it off camera. Um, yeah, so thank you for watching.